All right, everyone. Well, it is information time, and normally I don't do this. Normally, I try and get all of the information in a single video, or sometimes I put the information a little bit like I'll hold back and just do everything all at once, or I'll just skip the banner news because a lot of the time it isn't worth mentioning. But tonight it actually does feel worth mentioning. So let's take a look. First of all, there is going to be the 15 Lapis shop. I guess, it is the 1.5 anniversary and they didn't want to make it a single Lapis. That's a shame. As you can see, there are going to be a few 15 Lapis bundles that we can see right here. Best one by far looks to be the Esper, with second being Glassy Shards. I mean, 15 for both is a pretty darn good deal overall. But yeah, we are going to be looking at some anniversary shops. We're going to be looking at, of course, of the metal exchange, which we're going to talk about. We can see that there are even just a few new purchasing bundles, one that's very, very cheap. We have a few more. Looks to be a lot of key stuff. You have one of the ones with all the extra goodies in case you want to train your units a little bit more. And, of course, there's going to be the raid shop, which yesterday I did talk about. I don't remember seeing in it. I guess I missed it. It looked like it was a lot of armor and accessories, but on the advertisement, there's Laswell's sword, which I personally am looking forward to since I never ended up maxing it. There we go. Continuing on. In the May Metal B shop, there will be a guaranteed version of the new version of Glassy. So that's good news. I mean, I at this point, I'm pretty much expecting this to always be a thing, but it is nice to get a confirmation seeing that this is a little bit of a more special unit. And the company has a track record of sometimes not giving it to us. All right, but continuing on, we do have some banner news, which is kind of interesting as well. First of all, for the anniversary of the 1.5, we are going to be getting a free 10 pull a day with a guaranteed UR. Now, at the time, I'm not expecting who to be on it. That's right. That is absolutely correct. I'm not expecting Voldemort to be on this banner, but I basically, like anything I think is on this banner, since it is free, it will not be getting the brand new Soul Star or Vision Star system. We'll talk about that in a little bit later. There are no of the Final Fantasy VII units on here, but the new Glassy is. I'm not expecting her to be upright, is what I was getting at earlier, and that shouldn't be a real big surprise. Now, of course, she has her own banner, which is pretty standard, and it does have a 10% guaranteed rate if you do pity on it. So that might be the route that some people want to go. Of course, working towards the, if worst comes to worst, this is the character you want the most. You can always get her guaranteed, but she, again, is not a limited time unit. What's interesting is we have this new 9-step, and the 9-step has changed a little bit. Globalers, I don't think you guys have gotten this, but I also haven't checked in any kind of in-depth about what your banners look like. But this is the first time for the JP side that we're going to see a 9-step with no shards going up it. It actually has a lot of the metals, which means that if you are going through this, it costs you 14k lapis, and you're going to end up with 900 metals and a fair amount of stuff towards EXing units. But you're not getting any of the character shards. This must be balancing out the fact that we're not double cost on her shards. I guess this is the price that we have to pay, but if you are going to go this route for JP players, basically, I mean, you're paying 14k to get this, and you're getting 900, so you still need 1100 more, so that's another 2200 lapis to pity her, so about, what, if I'm doing my math correctly, 34k to basically pity a 100 cost unit. So if you are looking forward to that, good news. Now, as for the global players, I guess this doesn't eat a ton for you, but what is interesting and what I do think will show up is this new paid step-up banner, which is pretty interesting. I wonder if this is going to be the new standard moving forward, but What this is this is a select step up. So basically from step 1, you end up choosing a unit of your choice. Now, from the details below, I can tell you right now that it is 100% you do not get this, you can't have any double cost units. Of course, that means Glassy and no limited time unit is going to be on this banner, but you're looking at, for paid step ups, this is kind of interesting. You also get 80 of the shards of your choice on step 2 and step 3. And I do believe that the total value that you can end up getting is 240 shards of your choice for a character. At least that's the way I read it earlier, and it is the way it's generally described. Like if you choose Charlotte on step 1, you can choose Charlotte shards on step 2 and step 3, and you're getting 80 per piece all the way up. So you are getting a total of really nice 240 characters. And they are selectable. They are distinguishable too, which is kind of interesting. You can actually choose different units. If you choose like your unit at step 1, those don't have to be your shards, although the shards once again have to be single cost below below a 100 cost unit. But it's an interesting new form of getting this, or of getting a unit and potentially working your way up to maxing them. It is paid lapis though, so that should be noted. And it should be noted that soul stars and vision stars cannot be obtained from this banner, which, again, considering that you are paying lapis for this, I think it's a little disappointing. But moving on, we also have this level 99 step up, and once again, I'm just back here. Reading this on a separate, bigger screen. It actually doesn't say that it's paid lapis, so that's good news. Probably more of an for new players, a general welcoming kind of thing. So level 99 UR is what you get from this, and for long-term players, kind of interesting as well, because you not only get that UR, it's a random UR, you don't get to choose it. So if you end up getting a UR you already have, just get the soul medals for that, so that might actually kind of worth it. There might be some really good value here, but you're also kind of training down. So for instance, if you level 99 old appears and you get a level 1 and fragment becomes 99 and you get 140 UR soul medals, so it does the math all the way up. And should please note that items can arrive as a gift within a time limit, disappear for 2 weeks if not for fast without receiving. So that's just the minor stuff, but it's kind of interesting for an anniversary thing. I think Global has had something like this for new players, and I think JP has this too, but this might be just kind of an anniversary benefit. But given the size of the pool, this might not just be worth it. I think the select a unit, but again, if this is free lapis too, interesting. Again, no double cost units can be gotten from this. All right, scrolling down faster. We have some rerolls. So this one, 5 UR character, or 5 URs from 10 summon, but you have 5 possibilities to reroll this, so quite a few chances to want. And just want to read here. This one, I guess you can get soul medals. For more information about the soul medals, we're going to talk about it, but really you're going to kind of want to show up at tomorrow's stream so you can actually see what they look like, how they function. I will be streaming tomorrow because obviously the maintenance going up means that there is done. We have this, the 10 URs with 10 rerolls. A lot of this is pretty standard now for what we've seen be offered in the game between free and paid. And of course the shards are back as well if you want to try your luck at getting specific shards for characters or vision cards you need that are not limited. There you go. And Glassy will have the gold banner. You know, at this point, like, the banners are fine, I guess. There's a lot of exclusion of Glassy, so I'm getting some flashbacks of, like, Bahamut's banner, where you have the step up and potential raid up, but overall, you're really kind of, if you're in on this one, you're probably wanting to go all the way to max. Double lapis bundles are here. Maybe you want to finish on FF7. I don't know. Overall, it's fine, I guess, but I have bad memories of Bahamut, and so do others. You know, it's one of those units where, yeah, her rates are going to be lower later, and I mean, you get free pulls now, so maybe you just want to do the gold banner and potentially just get her off banner later. I don't know. I mean, the fact that she's not on any of the guarantees just doesn't bode incredibly well for me. For other people, I would just rather wait for a later one of those step up, or one of those reroll banners, you know, that has like 1 chance or 5 chances with characters on it, and maybe try on that. Maybe that would be better luck. But, you know, RNG be RNG. All right, taking a look at some anniversary stuff. You're wondering what the logins look like. For 7 days, 2,500 lapises feels pretty mediocre for an anniversary, not gonna lie, and this is over a period of 10 days. I do believe there is going to be some ways in-game of getting extra lapis, but I don't know. This doesn't... They've cut this back so much lately that it's just not particularly as big of a fan of. And down here, there will be, of course, a training board for Glassy, incentivizing you to get her before this does end. You have till May 31st, so, you know, a fair amount of time. Paid Lapis this time will end up giving quite a bigger bonus overall. A UR EXable equipment and some extra flowers. Everybody knows those flowers are pretty rare, so maybe that's what you want to do if you're interested in spending money. And interestingly is this note. After maintenance, 1.5 anniversary items to the Soul Star and Vision Star exchange. These 1.5 anniversary items will be added to this, as well as items to be added to the exchange: Cloud Fragments, Tifa Fragments, Eris Fragments, and Barret Fragments. Now, I assume that this is for just till the end of FF7, and it is till the end of FF7. But another way to get those, as well as the Vision card shards, pretty nice. I mean, if you're going to end up spending during the anniversary, you can potentially leverage this, help you finish off the FF7 stuff. That's kind of great, and I assume that this will happen for Global in the future as well. All right, also going to be some other things, more friend drops, more double unit shards. All that is nice. We came off of that more recently, so it's nice to see that here. And this is the brand new system that I've been talking about, the Soul Star and Vision Star. This is a new system for exchange that is going to be starting as of tomorrow for the JP side. So taking a look at the new items, these can be exchanged for units or vision card fragments. At the same time, blah, 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 blah. If we go down here, you can kind of see what the pull system is going to look like when you end up getting these. The amount that you end up getting, if I can just down here, is 20 of these for a UR, 5 of these for an SSR, and 1 for just basic rare tier. And as you can see, you're able to trade them off for other units that you already have. That's the big caveat. You need to possess the unit beforehand, and for the most part, limited units will not be part of this. So, for instance, you know, outside... what's interesting, though, is that we did get the FF7 units in this for at least a limited time period. So going forward, I mean, it might be really valuable to save these resources up for something like when Tactics comes back. And that way you can just end up getting a lot of... Agrias. God, almost forgot Agrias's name. But as you can see, there is an exchange option that we'll be having. And again, we'll explore this a little bit more once it ends up coming out. But they are acquired, depends on the rarity of the unit, and they can only be acquired on certain banners. So it looks like banners that have extra value and free banners and guild/gold banners will be 100% excluded from this. And yeah, I just kind of want to see this shop once it gets in, but a new way to get unit shards. And particularly for me, who is still trying to max Tifa, Cloud, Eris, and Barret, this is good news for me, potentially. Alright, let's scroll down a little bit here. There is a little bit about version 4.0, but we've kind of covered that enough in previous videos, and just kind of want to get into it and see it. But here we're just going to be just talking about the fact that there's going to be an increased amount of drop rates, that from now on the ABCs are going to be split into 5 rooms apiece, so potentially much easier to find the stuff that you are looking for. And I think that's just generally pretty nice. And I think yes, the last piece is an update to the soul UR exchange. So the soul medals that we already have, Venera, Mashari, Glassy, Laswell, Oldoa, Ketone are all going to be coming to the game, or going to be put into the exchange shop, so you can end up getting all of those. I think there's one. Bruto. So there's a fair number of fragments in there that are going to be now available, as well as some SSRs too, such as Dario, Lorila, Fina, Titus. So there's some interesting ones, but obviously the most exciting thing about this is talking about what we're looking at for banners. If you're really looking forward to Glassy, I mean, global players, you might need to go to the JP side for this one. No, we're always looking for new players, I guess. And other than that, this new exchange shop is going to be really interesting. Just start seeing how much value players can incur, and whether or not this will reduce the overall cost of the game, or if it's just going to be, you know, another system that you got to spend. I'm really holding back too much judgment until I play it tomorrow, see what it looks like, try it out, and go from there. But anyway, that's all for this video. Let me know, are you excited? Globalers, do you want this system over on for you? I guess you kind of already have a system like this because you have the spring medals. This looks to be a little more permanent addition. And again, maybe it's a JP exclusive. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.